everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and come on in. I want to show you something I've been working on. First, get a look at this cute little heart thing. I mean, anywhere you are, you can make something beautiful. So this is just our regular heart. We have a million tutorials on a heart, but however big these squares are, 4.5 inches, I put on legs to make a star around it. I think maybe I'll do a whole book on door hangings because I have all kinds of ones going on. I attached it with a rubber band. I don't know, we just are make-do girls. We figure it out. And we can bring a little beauty anywhere. Anyway, I have been working on some special things here in Africa. I'm going to teach a class on how to sew, and I want to show you some of those things. First, you guys are going to get a look at my house. You're going to get a look at how I create, and most of you know this about me. I am a chaotic, messy creator. I miss you, Cherry. Cherry cleans up after me, and I just got Ronan. He's just not as good as Cherry. Well, in that area, I guess. So come on, let me show you. So well, here, Ron, pan the table, pan the floor over here. You gotta get over here and pan the floor. Look at all my scraps, look at all my pieces. I'm a mess, I'm telling you, I'm a mess. But I get to teach this class, and it is all on squares. And so I've been cutting out tons of squares. And most people here don't have sewing machines, so it's going to be a hand sewing class on squares. And I have a feeling that, well, I hope that they're going to love it so much, they're just maybe eventually going to want to get a sewing machine somehow, some way, because it's so fun. So I've been trying to come up with ideas, and they're all things I've already done, but to remember them and reintroduce them that are just squares. So let me show you some of the things I've come up with. First, I have a couple laying out on the floor here. I don't know if you remember this table runner down here, but this is a very fun little table runner, and I did a tutorial on it. And it's just quick and easy, and it's just little squares sewn together. You sew 2, then 4, then 5, 5, 5, 5, however long you want it, down to 4 and down to 2. And so what I will do with this is I'll put a little batting in there, and I'll put a piece of fabric over the top, and I'll just turn it like you would a pillowcase or an envelope. I'll just turn it right side out and sew it down on the top. So this is another one I'm working on. This is just kind of fields and furrows. So the blocks you can just set however you want. And so we're actually, here's my whole stack right here. Let me come down here to the bottom. Well, first, I brought this one with me. This is my old flannel nightgown quilt. And it's just 10-inch squares, and the seams come forward, so the back is done and the front is done, and you just have to clip those little seams. And this has been such a comfort to me here in Africa. I know you wouldn't think I would need a blanket, but I do. And so also I have this little squares right here, and I did this one with the baby binding, that, what's it called, Ron?
Disappearing.
No, it's a
self-binding.
Self-binding baby blanket. And so I just made a patchwork in the middle, and all 5-inch squares or 6-inch squares. Then I took little squares, and I made little squares, you know, a blanket that has just little 2.5-inch squares, white every other one. And I did the same thing. Now this is a rectangle, and just so you know that self-binding baby blanket works with a rectangle too. And I have a video on that. Misty has a video on that. I actually went and followed a lot of Misty's. This is another one that's fun. So you can make squares, and as long as they are twice as long as they are wide, so this is 6 across by 12 down, and then you start at the corner and you cut. And I have put black squares in here, and you're going to cut through here, and then you're going to cut this way. Then you're going to take the square sides and sew them together where the whole squares are, and it throws everything on point. I know I'm going a little fast here, but these are all tutorialed and they're done. So this is called Charm Squares on Point, and with the little black squares in the middle, it gives it a little border. And any of you know who have tried to sew anything on point, these little squares, you know, they can be tricky, and so this is a quick way to do that. And that's fun. And then let's see. Oh, I have little squares sewn to make 4 patches, sewn in with a whole square that's the same size. That makes a cute pattern, doesn't it? That's kind of fun. All of these, I have just sewn a a piece on the back and left a hole and turned it, and then just top stitch it down. None of these have any batting in them at all, because nobody in Africa needs batting. Then this one, I did the same little squares, but put them in a 9 patch and made a little Irish chain. You guys have all seen this one. See how that chain's pretty? I actually love, so I used this bright African floral on the back, and you can kind of see it through the white because the fabric in Africa is the same on both sides. It's like batik, it's the same on both sides. And so you can kind of see the flowers just a little bit through the white squares, and I think it makes it look like it has a little bit of texture. And so that's fun. And then of course, oh wait, here's another one. This is in Around the World squares. We're all over the world. We're in Africa. We're, you know, I have followers in probably every country, I would think. And so, I mean, the Around the World quilt is just really fun because it's fabrics, you know, from this area that I'm using. And then I thought, again, I have just regular squares. What happens if I cut those up? So I made a big 9 patch, just squares, and cut it and made a disappearing 9 patch. And this is my disappearing 9 patch scrappy. And then I did this one here with just a couple colors. And these are little, you know, because, isn't that cute? Anyway, they're little because, well, because I only had a week to get ready for this. They had sent out a questionnaire, and all of a sudden we were ready to go. And so I've been working on all these and putting them together, cutting squares for everybody. And so this is what we're gonna work on, just a little piece like this to get used to it. And you, Ron, you can show them my little stitches. They're not perfect, or can you see them right here? Yeah. But it holds it together. And so you know, it's pretty cool. Now, I did not hand sew all of these. I machine sewed all the other ones except for this one. This one I left the back off, and I'm just gonna show it, and we're gonna talk about the squares, and we're gonna do a little trunk show, and we're gonna show them all the things that you can do with a square. Well, probably not all the things, but just the things I've thought of. Because we could even do, oh, I even did a little disappearing 4 patch. I don't have that one finished, but I have a block. So here, look at. So my step outs, my big block. This is a disappearing 4 patch, and I have a dress out of this material. It's so gorgeous. Anyway, isn't that pretty? I think it's real pretty. Anyway, so I've been busy getting ready for this class. You know, I'm super excited to teach it. This is right up my alley. I've been sewing for several days and I just enjoy it so much. I know you guys love to sew, as I do as well. Well, you know what? It's a special time here in February. It's Valentine's Day. And Ron and I have been, we've been learning the ukulele. So since we've been in Africa, Ron and I have been learning to play the ukulele. And it's Valentine's, and we just thought we would send out some love for you.
Yes,
we have prepared a song for you, and this is because of how you make me feel. You guys are my tribe. I love you so much.
I want to send this out to Annie.
We want to send it out to Annie because we miss her so much, and because we really hate filming ourselves.
Grandma hates me filming her. No.
We're doing fine.
She doesn't.
We're doing fine, really. Anyway.
I just know that I lack a lot of the skills that Annie has.
Annie does have some skills. So we're sending this out to Annie. We're also sending it out to all my children and my grandchildren, because I know this is a song that a lot of you have sung in your lifetime, and to your children and grandchildren as well. So we hope you enjoy it. We hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's the day of love. So spread love. Share your love with everyone. Everybody needs a little love, little hug, little kiss. Everybody needs that. And so share that, and we just hope you have a wonderful day. You ready, Ron?
I think so.
All right, here we go. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.